Good morning. We've just spent our fourth night in the camper van now, and it's all going well. We're getting on with each other, which is quite nice to know. We haven't had any cross words yet. It's been a sort of a windy night, and the weather's a bit disappointing, really. We're perched on the top of this hill at the moment, so it really was windy last night, but luckily I turned the van into the wind, so that made it a lot better. So we're going to head off to a place called Neist Point soon, and it's a lovely lighthouse and one of the most famous spots on Skye. So we're going to enjoy that. But the weather's been the bane of this trip, really. It's never really settled down. It's all they promised in the weather forecast that it was going to be a bit better, but it hasn't really arrived yet. So we're just going to travel and see what happens. We've had a good journey, nevertheless, but the painting has suffered a bit. It hasn't been what I wanted it to be. But we'll head off to Neist Point and see how that goes. Bit of luck, it might brighten up a bit. But this place is beautiful. We'll show you some pictures of the area, and it is a lovely spot. Painting there. That weather. So we're heading down this beautiful road now, but the weather conditions have changed yet again, and 5 minutes ago we were doing that lovely drawing of that scene across the water and the lovely houses, and now it's like this. So this sort of demonstrates the problem of plein air painting in these very temperamental weather conditions. 1 minute it's sunny and the next minute it's like this. So I think this trip is really going to turn into more of a sketching trip and a sightseeing trip really. It is amazingly beautiful countryside around here. So you can see now that the weather's changed completely again, and we're on the sort of side road now to Neist Point, which should be amazing. So nice. Sort of a rainbow, isn't there, by the water? Oh, yeah, sort of. That's a rainbow on the water. Well, the weather is perfect at the moment, Tanya. This is the perfect weather. From this morning thinking, oh my God. Going to Neist Point. Are we there yet? How far is it, Tanya? Neist Point. That's so nice. Amazing view, isn't it? Whoa, windy place. Run, Forest. Wow, this is stunning around here. It is absolutely jaw-dropping. It's an incredibly windy and blustery day. So you have that pathway just down there where the people are walking along, and that heads all the way out to the actual lighthouse. Arrived here at Neist Point, one of the most spectacular places in the whole of Britain. It's absolutely amazing. The beauty of that lighthouse, the cliff, it's a very famous spot on Skye, and it's the first time I've been here, and I'm really impressed by it. We came across from the car park and it was a little bit of a boggy walk, but okay. Then we had the sleet coming down on us, so we had to sort of hide behind some rocks, and now we've got this beautiful sun that's come out, which is, oh, what a relief. But the wind is so strong, I couldn't possibly do a watercolour here. Everything will be blown away. The wind is like gale force at the moment. Anyway, a bit dark in the picture, but that's because we're trying to get the proper exposure on Neist Point. Much more important than me. But isn't that beautiful? So here we have the view in front of us, and I'm going to draw my little box. Again, that's my little crutch, my box, so I've got space around it if it goes wrong. Now it's a question of working out the composition of it. So the scale is the difficult part of this. So I'm going to start with the lighthouse right on the right here. I can always, because there's nothing to the right, so I've got a bit of safety margin there, just the sea to the right. So I'll start that there and just start drawing really, and trying to get the right scale of it. So I'm not going to work in one place for too long, because that is a big mistake, because you'll get the scale wrong. So I'm trying to get this whole scale in the picture at one time, rather than doing something and then everything's out of scale, everything's not right. So getting things in scale is one of the most important things about drawing. And then that rock goes, huge rock. It's almost like the Rock of Gibraltar, that thing. You can see how gusty the wind is. Really blowing today. That's why it's impossible to do a watercolour. Much as I'd like to, but there we go. Hope you can hear me in the microphone. It's really blowing at me. So I'll go over here now. That's the base of the rock here. It's an awesome sight. Get that in. So many rocks here. So what I'm really looking for is the outline, the composition. I'm not interested in detail really, because I've taken photographs, so those are my detail elements to it. Okay. See all the seagulls flying around there. The base. What a wonderful sight. If I can hold the paper still. So that's the new place for the lighthouse right there. Okay, that's good. That's a good start. Pleased with that. We'll try and ignore the rain that's coming down. It's more sleet than rain, Tanya, just be saying. I'm not sure you can pick her voice up. Not voices, voice. Then let's work on the top bit. So it curves in. Oh, that's a nice bit of sun. It warms me up a bit. It's quite cold without the sun. then there's a rock formation that goes in there. Okay. And the pathway that comes in goes over to here. That's the pathway we're hopefully going to be taking. There. That's the basic shape of it. There's rocks in the front. And these rocks here. A lot of people might say, why don't you just take a photograph, James? And yeah, they've got a point, but I prefer doing it this way. I feel that I get a better image when I draw it. So the sea comes in here, like that, all the way across there, horizontally. And then let's get a bit of shading in so you can see what's going on. Whew. That's a windy day. Path comes wiggling over to here. So there's a basic view of the scene in front of me. Checking to see where the skirt more goes in there like that. That's about right. Right, okay. So now coming down to the bottom left of the picture, and I've got a bit of a problem now because the scale should have done it a bit smaller, but there's a way around that. So that's that rock there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this bit of paper over to here like that, over to there. I'm going to draw a line up there, so that's where that line, a bit of the paper stays. Now I'm going to keep on drawing. Whoa, that's a wind. So we've got a nice rock coming in here now, which I like. I do quite like rocks in pictures. They're wonderful three-dimensional lumps. I really like that. Really give a sense of the place. Okay. Big boulders are a lot of fun. Okay, I've got to be really quick here now because there's a gale, there's a storm on the right coming, so it's going to absolutely start going for it in a minute. Okay, carry that on there. Then we have this wonderful feature of rocks in the distance there. So that's there, coming in. I'm going to have to be really quick, very inaccurate now. There, very inaccurately done because I'm under pressure with that storm coming. You see it going duller every second. It goes down in there. And maybe have that as the cut-off of the edge of the picture. And then the rock goes round the corner there like that. Okay. So you can see, it gives you an idea of what I've done here. So it's just one way of dealing with it when you run out of paper. So just turn the bit of paper over again. Right, okay. So, check it over again. It's coming, the rain's coming down now. Okay, so that's the composition there. So that's that bit, and then okay, here's the storm coming in. You see, it's just a squall. There's no more sun anymore, and it's coming straight at us. So if you look back now at the, can you do that?
Yeah.
If you look back down now at the lighthouse on the rock there, you can see the rain coming in horizontally. See that? Isn't that amazing? Getting away with the camera so you can see that. Okay. And it's hail as well.
Ah, let's go.
Even better. I love hail. Life. That is really cold and windy. We beat a hasty retreat then back to the van and got warm again and dry, so really nice going to the van. That's what's so wonderful about camper vans. You've got somewhere to go to get out of terrible weather when it comes on and just wait it out, just wait till it gets better. And it has got a lot better, windy still, but a lot better. We're going to be walking down this pathway now, and we're going to walk over to the other side and to the lighthouse. So that's a lovely site. Never been there before, so that's going to be good fun. We'll see what it looks like. So there's the horn of the lighthouse, right there. Here's the old foghorn. I'm not sure it's in working condition still, because it seems to be on a roller system to bend it different ways, or to move it to the left and to the right, but really old. We've come across this absolutely fantastic site here, and to the left of us is the lighthouse, which is a lovely, it looks like people are living in there, but I'm not too sure. There's only kettles and teapots and curtains and things, and double glazing. But this scene here caught my eye, and in particular these two big rocks, or the rocks at the front here. I think they're epic. They look so great. They're volcanic rocks, I think. And then you got the land, the sea, and the land again. Again, one of my favourite types of compositions. I've got my hand here because of the microphone. The wind is never ending here. So that's a good shot, I think, and the sky behind, so it might make a nice little painting. Again, I'll do a sketch quickly and take it back to the studio, as there's no chance of painting here. Everything would just be blown away in a flash. So here we go. So this is one of the things I really love in landscape, as I mentioned earlier. And you see the rocks in the distance, the cloud is, and the sun is moving over them in bands of light and dark. And that is the most attractive look that I could wish for in a landscape, that twinkling light that is so beautiful. You can see it moving slowly. So here's my composition, and it really appeals to me. I love the rocks in the foreground, the monumental nature of them, and it reminds me of Ansel Adams' pictures, the great photographer. He loved rocks too, and they just give that foreground perspective. And then you've got the land behind it, and then the sea behind there, and then the mountains, and right in the middle of it there's a lovely waterfall coming in from the rock. So no, I'm pretty pleased with that. I think that would make a nice painting. We've arrived back at the van now, thank goodness. We were blowing off that bit of land after that last sketch. The wind came in, the rain came in, and we just left. We weren't going to hang around on that place. Neist Point has been fantastic. It's gone beyond my expectations. I've seen lots of photographs of it and lots of videos on it, but nothing really beats actually being here, and the sheer size of it. It was quite incredible. So you can't get this place unless you come here. Really, it was amazing. Tan and I really had a great experience here. So that's it for here. And we're going to head back down the road and get off to this very windy point. I don't really want to stay the night here. We'll just be buffeted all night. We'll never get any sleep. So we'll head back down the road and see where that takes us, and then probably head to the north of the island and then come down the east coast of it. So join us for that.